Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Might not be worth taking, but anyway, we're going to do it. I have a little 2010 Ford Focus 1.6 diesel. The engine, I suppose, very common Peugeot type engine. We have check engine light on. Customer's complaint is that, that was it, just check engine light on. And I didn't know, I don't have the information to see if it's down or after being down on power. Our fault codes are here: P0069EB, manifold absolute pressure sensor, barometric pressure sensor correlation. P0069, same thing, only a second time. Pending as well, manifold absolute pressure sensor, barometric pressure sensor correlation. I can't even show you the miles on this. Say it's quite big. I saw about 300,000 kilometers or something like that there a little while ago. Not that the miles are going to matter for this thing. Okay, what we're going to do, so there's going to be a live kind of a fault finding or whatever we're going to call it. I'm not going to erase these yet. I'm going to escape, get into a bit of live data. Bit of a glare on the scan tool. This is a downfall of that happening. The sun starting to shine and the weather getting better. I'm going to search for pressure. P-R-E-S-S-U-R-E. We're done. The barometric pressure, anyway, we can see that we're going to be 102, around 100 I would have said. DPF pressure, I don't care about it, but it's not really a problem for me right now. Okay. In kPa, straight away, we look at that. 102, 100 I'd always say to lads on videos, is the barometric pressure. Right now we're at 229. So, will I show selected? I'm thinking while we know the reference. The reference is going to be 100. Will we graph? Okay, sorry, we can do that, can't I? Graph there. Okay, right, we're running on a graph there, 229. We're going to jump out and try and pinpoint where we're at or what we're at. I do know one of my doubts, see a little bit of oil around there, so I don't know, is there a leak in that hard plasticky pipe or what, but I'm looking at two sensors here. I'm probably saying that we're going to have this one here on the side of the air intake. It's 3-wire. I'm going to suggest that that's going to be our map sensor, and that's only going to be temperature sensor or something. I'm going to pop that off and just see what happens. Okay, we can see there anyway our what do you call it? Default number change. So we're on the right sensor. I'm going here and just see that we get an open circuit fault on our manifold absolute pressure sensor. May need to cycle the key on and off to actually recreate a fault. Is it just buffering here because I might have been messing or... Okay. Actually, that's kind of funny, isn't it? Because the other faults have just disappeared. So we're back now to the circuit A high. Okay, so we are just after proving to ourselves from the live data numbers that were too high, cross-referencing to the map sensor, and then disconnecting that sensor, that the sensor we're on is quite simply just reading incorrectly. Okay, I suppose, look, we could go along and say variables. We could have a power, a ground, something like that. We could, absolutely. Right now, as I'm going to suggest a lot of people in the trade are going to do, is shoot that cannon right fast. Map sensor is going to be fairly common on these things. It's relatively cheap, going to be relatively fast, relatively easy to get. So I'm just going to get a map sensor out here, plug it in, see what happens, clear our faults. What we're going to be looking for is that nice generic 100 kPa. What I am seeing with this Autel as well is nearly every number that I'm seeing on every PID, when they go with pressure, it's kPa, which is good because it's using the same numbers all the way along. Not the same numbers. Like it's kilopascals rather than, one in millibar, one in inches of mercury, one in pascals, one in, all that's hectopascals. They're all kind of using kPa, which is nice because it makes and familiarizes me and our ye with the kPa crack on that. What was the other one? Snap-on. The Snap-on Verus Edge is a nutcase yoke. It has every kind of yoke, and you're Googling on your phone trying to figure out what one is and cross-reference the other and inches of mercury and all this kind of weird stuff. So this is good on this thing. We're going to get a map sensor, get it into it, close this thing up. It's going to be hopefully the fastest, easiest little video we do. Okay guys, it's the next day and I'm just after throwing up a couple of just the two PIDs. I'm going to customize these two PIDs. So the barometric pressure, to give us a reference, 100 kPa, and then we have the manifold absolute pressure. With it disconnected, as we said earlier on, the default is 249. Have an absolute pressure map sensor here. I need a little, I don't know, ERA or so is the brand. I don't know if there's a part number or just a factory part number or whatever, I don't know what the heck, but anyway, there's the number if you want. Here is our, come out. She's stuck in there. Got my fingers stuck in the box. There's the map sensor anyway. As we have said, they're a 3-wire sensor. Pretty generic. As we're after doing is I'm not after doing any testing on wiring. The little parts cannon type thing is going off here. Quite relatively cheap, relatively easy to change. I'm just going to plug it in. Okay, so we have our 249 kPa number in there now. Okay, sensor has just been plugged in here. Just for reference for anyone, we've 3 wires there. Normally the middle one is going to be signal. We're going to have a 5 volt power feed. We're going to have a ground, possibly at the opposite side, and the middle is going to be the signal. Well, the reason it would have given us high voltage faults when we disconnected it was the actual signal wire is probably a pull down. So the minute you disconnect the sensor, it'll go up to 5 volts. The minute you plug in the sensor, then it's going to pull that 5 volt signal wire down to maybe whatever, 1.5, something along those lines. Whatever it may be, I don't really mind or care at this point in time. Ah, crikey, right, straight away. Bada bing, bada boom, bada bay. No fault codes needing to be erased prior to this thing seeing or, shutting that circuit down or any of that crack. The minute we plug her in, we're back from 249 down to 101, which is bang on. The two of them are, as you can see there, in very close proximity. Barometric pressure and then manifold absolute pressure. All quite nice, all quite simple and easy. Fault codes. Okay, our ignition is on. Come on, baby. Get going. Okay, so there is our high faults that we created by disconnecting our pressure sensor. And as I said there yesterday, it's quite funny because the other ones that were there are kind of just at the disappearing. Anyway, neither here or there. Erase codes. Yes, cars act funny nowadays, you'll all know. Anyone's in the trade, you'll know the way they can act silly and stupid and do weird things. So it's unusual for the faults to disappear. The other two on, what was it? Atmospheric versus map sensor correlation or something along those lines. I'm going to get this thing fitted. We can look at a bit of live data while driving and all that kind of stuff, but it's only going to be a case now of a little, I think it's 25 maybe. Yeah, 25 torque's going to pop in that. We'll give it a drive, make sure everything's all right, and we'll follow up in a second and see if any more faults that are coming back. Okay guys, we're back from our little drive, 339,000 kilometers, 1.6 diesel as I've said or mentioned there earlier on in the video. No check engine light after doing maybe 5-8 mile in it, just to be sure that everything is all right. The last little couple of change gears, I just froze on the way back, and we can see here we're hitting maybe 222 kPa. 100 is atmospheric, as we said there, and we're getting 122 kPa of boost on top of atmospheric. Okay, so we're hitting, you can see there's our 100, she's cruising up, and then change gears back again. So our map sensor is doing its job. Don't need to verify our 5 volt ground or any of them wires and or the signal. We're just at proving it right. So look, that's that for that one. Kind of simple, kind of easy, but look, please like and subscribe, guys. Every little subscriber I get makes me do more videos, and I actually love the newer lads coming in and giving me new comments and saying, hey, I'm just at finding you, I'm finding it interesting and exciting, and I love it. I have to say, I love the communication, I love the chat, the conversation. It's the nice side of this trade. the work that goes on in the background when I'm recording or doing the jobs, sometimes isn't the nicest. This is a simple one, but some of the bigger jobs which you see me doing can be kind of the hard side of it, and customers then screaming at you to have the car ready and blah blah blah, and then hoping it's not going to go wrong anyway along the line when it goes out on some of the bigger stuff. So yeah, please, for this one, like, subscribe. Hope you liked some of them hints and tips. Simple, easy one, but sometimes the easiest ones are the ones that get the most view. Anyway, guys, please like, subscribe, and I'll talk to you on the next cartoon. Peter Kennedy signing out. See you later, boys. Thanks for watching.